Hello and welcome to Nicaragua. You know, I've done lots of trips for the BBC as a foreign correspondent. Always it's been about problems, about wars and conflict. This trip for the Fair Trade Foundation is completely different. It's about solutions, it's about being creative. And I'm going to start off with the coffee farmers up north.
Teofilo is president of the Luis Alberto Vasquez Co-op. It's made up of 35 families, and we were there in February for the last days of the coffee picking season. Now, each picker's load is measured in what's called a lata. This is it here.
Okay, so this is the start of the process, and guys like Mario and all the people in this cooperative get together, they pick the coffee, they grow the coffee, pick the coffee, it comes here. This is the first part of the journey from a coffee bean to a cappuccino.
The transformation from a cherry to a bean begins with taking off this fleshy pulp. Next, it's washed and dried again. Then off for quality control at a new plant partly paid for by the Fair Trade Premium. Meet Fatima and Alex. Their parents are still coffee farmers, but they're learning new skills as tasters. Fatima is doing extra studies through a scholarship funded with Fair Trade money.
I'd say a hint of chocolate, perhaps a little bit of blackberry just bubbling through, maybe even a touch of spice. You think I'm talking rubbish, don't you? Well, all of those things are here, the Coffee Tasters Flavour Wheel.
All this is organised by Proda Co-op, a sort of super cooperative, which is an example of the way ordinary farmers can have a real presence in the often complex world of the coffee trade.
Right, this is, I'm going to introduce you to Merlin Presa, and she's head of the Proda Co-op, this amazing organisation that's selling so much coffee around the world. Thank you very much for seeing us. Shall we go to your office?
Okay.
With great pride, Merlin shows me the array of their fair trade products and where they're eventually sold.
Europe, Japan, America. Oh, fantastic. Have you look at this.
This is the story of coffee, the second most traded commodity in the world. From growers to tasters, from farmers to families, here in Nicaragua, fair trade is leaving its mark.
Well, that was the end of a really long and educative day. Two things stand out for me. One, I just got looking at my notes, Merlin Presa saying, behind every cup of coffee there is a family. Well, you couldn't say any better than that. And the other thing is Fatima and Alex in the cupping lab talking about their aspirations and ambition. You know, you wonder whether they'd be thinking about the future like that were it not for fair trade and the certainty that fair trade gives them. Tomorrow, another product, another day. Sesame.